Hi everyone, welcome to another episode of GTV, and today we're gonna do another reaction video, but it's not about startup K-drama. So this is also another favorite of ours, right, EJ? My favorite lang, tinuturo niya ako, guys. So this is Itaewon class. So this was my favorite right before startup. So, but before we proceed, no, we have a special guest. Yes, special. Sige, let's bring in our special guest. Our special guest is Moe Soriano. Mo, batiin mo naman yung ating mga viewers.
Ay, hapong kay ganda sa inyo, Ginger and EJ, and sa inyo mga manonood ngayong gabi. And sana ligtas po ang inyong mga viewers at handa na ba kayong makipagkwentuhan ngayong gabi?
Yes, hindi pa rin ako
galing. Galing mo hapong kay ganda tapos magandang gabi.
Ang gulo.
Ay, sorry.
Okay lang yun.
Sorry ako. Kasi salay ako, maliwanag pa rin yung background.
Oo nga sa'yo kasi hapon pa rin eh.
So nalilito ka
sorry.
Ganda ng virtual background eh.
Ayan. So, nandito si Mo. Kasi Mo, bakit ka nandito? Favorite mo rin ba ang Itaewon class? Or isa sa mga napanood mo at least, hindi naman favorite.
Yes. It's one of the remarkable Korean novellas that I was able to watch na hindi siya yung usual na 'di ba normally pag sabi mong Korean drama, mga pakilig-kilig, pa-cute, patwitams, 'di ba? Diba?
Ano
This
ba
time
yung
may baong
pinapanood
ka talagang
mo?
kwento.
Yung kasi mga gusto ko yung mga patwitams. Yun yung preference ko. Ayoko nito.
Okay. So, what we will watch today is an episode from... Sorry, what episode is this? Sorry. We will be watching episode 4. Okay. So, Mo, baka gusto mo ikwento what is this? No? Ano yung premise nito?
Ng episode or
Oo, nung scene na papanood.
Ng show.
Ng show. Kwento mo from the beginning.
Ng friendship natin. Yung premise ng friendship natin.
Gano'n kausap? Bakit ba tayo nag-guest today?
Kasi syempre, mahirap ko, para maiba naman yung flavor nyo, di ba? Kasi syempre, kayong dalawa, gets yun na isa't isa, di ba?
Oo.
Para maiba lang ang flavor.
May flavor. Parang tuyo, ganun. Parang medyo daing flavor today.
Nakakatawa yung show natin ngayon. Parang alam mo yung parang usapan sa radyo, gano'n.
Dapat may ganun tayo.
Dapat may sound effects din tayo. Ayan.
Oo, yun nga yung mahirap nga ngayon. Yung may effects.
Yung board, no? Effects board.
Effects
Ayun,
board.
so
Yung
premise
board ng
nung
effect.
scene na papanoorin natin.
Ang premise ng eksenang itong papanoorin natin ngayong gabi, lalo na sa mga viewers ni Ginger at ni EJ, ito yung patungkol sa story ni Park Si-rui na nakulong siya. Tapos, nag-flashback siya ng una niya nakilala, kauna-una yung naging kaibigan sa loob ng kulungan.
Yes!
At yung naging aral na natutunan ng kaibigan niya yun para balik loob sa tamang landas.
Wow! I love it.
Shalawa.
Okay, wag na natin patagalin. Let's watch this episode. Episode 4.
책 읽어요.
뭔 책인데요?
저한테 뭐 할 말 있습니까?
아니? 맨날 책만 읽길래 뭔 책인가 궁금해서.
알고 싶은 게 많아서요.
알아서 뭐합니까? 우리같이 가진 거 없이 태어난 것들 공부해봐야 어디 쓸데도 없고.
가진 거 없이 태어났어도 원하는 건 많아서요.
Okay. Sabi niya, studying is of no use kung mahirap ka. Sabi nung isa. And then, sabi niya, ano yung sabi niya?
Kakapanood lang natin, okay lang. Hindi natin kailangan i-recap.
Wala lang tinamaan talaga ako dun sa episode. Yes.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts, EJ and Mo? Yes? Ako naman naging interviewer.
Actually, common reaction to lalo na ng mga kababayan natin na di ba laging inuuna yung day-to-day mindset. Ika nga day-to-day mindset na Unahin mo muna yung mag-igib ka muna ng tubig ngayon or mag-araro ka muna sa bukid kasi yung ara-aral na yan, walang may tutulong. Which is, ang maganda sa eksenang yan, nire-remind tayo na talagang education is really the end all to our part of our and is part of our success.
Ang sa akin lang naman is I think I think a lot of people don't realize sort of the privilege that they have, no? Kasi I think there is, I mean, you can't blame some people na, they're not willing or they're not able to take some risks because they are, the risk is too risky for them, no? They will lose too much, no? And that's a reality. And I think some people forget that exists. And so I think it's important to realize that there is a sort of privilege for us na, for a lot of us who are educated na, we have something because one of the reasons why we're educated is probably we came from parents who valued education. We came from parents who were earning enough to send us to school, and so there is that underlies that. But having said that, I think at a certain point, it's recognition that it is a little bit more or a lot more of a challenge for some people, but at the end of the day, it's still their decision. Are you going to face that challenge? Are you going to let that stop you? It might be easier for some people, but it doesn't mean it's impossible for you.
Yeah.
So I think that's something that can be said about that.
Yeah. Okay. Sige, tuloy natin to.
Tuloy natin.
아니 전과자 어디 회사서 써주지도 않을 거고.
가난해서 못 배워서 범죄자라서 안 된다고.
Yeah.
Yun, I think it's more or less the same thing, no? Although one thing that they did say is who will hire an ex-con, which is sort of true. I think I think I'm not sure how the penal system works in the Philippines, but from what I've seen, from what I see, from my limited viewpoint, I don't think it's really rehabilitation and betterment. I think it's more of hiding, keeping them away from the rest of society. Which I think is there is some waste there that happens which is a challenge. Now I'm not sure if we as a society we're ready to accept that. Sorry, parang ang bigat.
Yeah. Mabigat pala tong episode. Pero parang kasi I think we tend to look at the past dito eh. Kaya 'di ba whenever especially for work when it comes to work, because I guess because of the limited number of opportunities also presented, especially here in our country, since we're talking about Philippine context din. Parang because of the limited opportunities, obviously parang yun nga, this happens, this is reality na hindi nagkakaroon din ng opportunity yung mga may ganitong past because of that. Kaya 'di ba may mga NBI clearance, may mga ganong klaseng mga stuff na hinihingi, 'di ba? Police record. So yun. And I guess hindi lang naman dito, but other countries as well. But yeah, so in terms of kunwari, bucket siya of opportunities, nababawasan talaga for a few people yung opportunities na yun. Again, to EJ's point na meron namang opportunities. It's just that mas konti yung opportunities na lang for people like that because of mga situations like this. Yun. Mo, anything?
Saka maganda dyan, it's one of the realities nga, maganda yung sinabi nga ni EJ dyan. Pero isa ring magandang kasabihan na applicable dito is perception is ika nga reality. So for example, sa case nga ni Park Si-rui, na alam naman natin na hindi siya karapat-dapat na makulong. Pero dahil ang label niya paglabas ng kulungan ay isang ex-convict, kagaya nung naging kaibigan niya, there's that perception, and that perception is reality. And it all boils down to the choices that you make. And sometimes we're put into a difficult position or place to make choices that may or may have a great impact to your current or to your future life ahead. Pero ang importante dito makita is sinasalamin niya yung realidad natin, and it's up to us to make sure as a learning to it, to make sure that we don't follow or make the correct choices that will be appropriate for us. But despite that, even though that perceptions are there, it shouldn't be a showstopper or should stop us from achieving our goals.
Sige, tuloy natin kasi I think that's a good prelude to this.
미리 정해놓고 그래서 뭘 하겠어요? 해보고 판단해야지.
말에 가시가 있네. 나한테 하는 말인가? 같지 않게 설교하는 거냐고.
설마요. 네 논리를 나한테 납득시키지 말라는 거야.
새끼가 씨. 말하는 뻔세가 영 띠껍네. 뭐가 그렇게 잘났어? 너도 인생 쪽난 전과자잖아. 이씨.
그래서 네 인생은 쫑났냐?
뭐?
자기 값어치 헐값으로 매기는 호구 새끼야.
Ayan, so no, ganyan no. So parang people sort of kumbaga parang compress their lives into like one highlight. Parang alam mo yun, like one thing that happened to them. So parang let's say no, nanalo tayo ng parang yung pinapanood na ito pala ako. Dito pala yung camera. Ayun, as I was saying, like if we look at highlights of our lives, we tend to sort of basically parang yun na yung buhay natin because of this certain thing that we did or we chose. So in his case, parang sinasabi niya, so do you think like being an ex-convict is your life? Is that the end? Parang gano'n, diba? Tinatanong niya. Kasi, yeah, we tend to do that no? Kunwari, matalino tayo matalino tayo nung grade school. Feeling natin matalino tayo all throughout. Parang ganon. Or something like that, no? We tend to sort of like conclude our lives that way. Or kung may nagawa tayong okay, magaling na ako, parang ganon. Okay na ako kasi magaling ako. Like,
people, you're right. I mean, like, the most recent thing is usually what that's the thing you're most excited about. Yeah. Or that's the thing that, think is that whatever idea you had, which is the most recent, you normally think that, of all of your good ideas, that is the best.
Yeah,
but
parang ganon.
when you think about it, not really. It's just the most recent. So, yun yung, so may ganon nga, yeah.
Yeah.
And I think if I can add to that, more than the recency mindset, madalas we call it in layman's terms called defining moment. Madalas yung mga moments like that really whether you consider it as recent or in the past, it really changes kung ano yung magiging direction mo moving forward. So for example, if you decide to become defeatist today because of your recent interaction or your recent events, you would feel that effect 5 years or 10 years from now because that moment was a turning point. And ang maganda example dito is, di ba pag sa class, di ba, nung nag-aaral tayo, pag sinabi mong, di ba, pag valedictorian ka, salutatorian, cum laude, ganyan, sila yung destined for success.
Yes, yon.
Sila na, di ba? Because that's the recent thing.
That. Yeah.
Oo. Pero in reality, if you look at yung mga current and top CEOs right now, or yung mga naging billionaires, most of them are hindi nakapagtapos ng college, kumbaga regular student lang sila, they were just an average student. And what I'm trying to say here is that, of course, hindi wag mong tigilan yung pag-aaral, but the point there being is that it's really how you choose as to what will be your next step in life would be. Regardless of whether or not it's small, as referring to my earlier point, you need to choose something that will best suit you, not only for today, but how it will go forward for you the next 5 to 10 years.
Yeah. And to add to that, no, tama si Mo. Like, tingnan nyo yung nangyari kay Seryoyi. paano ba sabihin yung pangalan niya?
Serui.
Serui, ayan. So, nandun siya sa kulungan, diba? Like, other people would have just, like, given up on life. Kasi whatever, kahit na nagawin ko, ex-convict ako for life, diba? Pero siya, he chose to use the book, which, well, for obvious reasons, gusto niya yung revenge, diba? But still, he chose to study, look around him, ano yung mga things that can help him, diba, become a better person, even in that scenario, even in that state. So, talagang it's how you look at life and really how you use time, diba, that matters. So, siya, ayaw niya lang nandyan siya, anong gagawin ko dito? Uupo lang ako, parang tatanggapin ko na lang kung ano nangyari sa akin. So, he chose the other route, which is, I will better myself. I will be a better person paglabas ko, diba? And this isn't forever, diba? Yun. Okay.
Kasi there's no such thing as forever nga, di ba?
Yes. Tama. Okay.
Continue.
Yes.
건데 또 가다? 모양어선? 나가!
이구사! 뭐 하는 짓거리야 임마!
아니 깝치고 지랄이야. 아, 알았어요.
공부, 노가다, 원양어선 그렇게 시작하면 돼. 필요한 건 다 할 거야.
Hawak lang siya ng mga
내
cards.
가치를 네가 정하지 마.
Bago
내
gusto
인생
niyang
이제 시작이구나.
ilayo na.
Oo
원하는
nga
거 다
eh.
이루면서 살 거야.
Maganda rin yung attitude niya, no, ni Serui. Hirap na hirap ko sabihin.
Serui.
Serui,
Si
ayan.
Itaewon class.
Ayan, sabi ng bida kasi, di ba, parang, if it takes me starting from the beginning, starting from scratch, then I'll do it. So, maganda yun kasi parang yung intent talaga niya or yung gusto niya talagang magsimula anew and fresh, no? Nandun yung motivation talaga niya eh. So, it's so refreshing to see na parang kahit na nandyan ka, you're being challenged by life, you're unlucky, ika nga, diba? Kasi luck also plays a big part in this life, diba? And even if you're unlucky, you still have that attitude na, okay, magsisimula ako with what I have, I'll continue to strive and have a better life in the future. Yon.
Although, I don't think he was after a better life.
He was after revenge.
He was after revenge. So,
Which is a bad thing, kids, ah.
depende siguro kung anong revenge yan. Yeah.
Pero alam mo yung sa akin ganyan, like, for revenge, kasi sa totoo lang, you can't blame him eh. Like, he's in that situation. And I think whatever kasi gets you out of that and gets you to a state that you will become more positive later on, parang, ang hirap kasi, di ba? Ang hirap sabihin na hindi yan okay na motivation ang revenge, di ba? Like, pero at sa situation niya, I'm trying to put myself lang kasi sa scenario na sobrang unlucky, nakulong ako for nothing that, alam mo yun, like, it wasn't my fault. Tapos, I'm getting beaten up by people dito sa loob, di ba? Parang, so, iisipin mo talaga na parang, why should I live, di ba? What's there to live for? Tama ba? Wala na akong tatay na matay, di ba? So,
You live for your tatay?
hindi, di ba? Like, parang I have no one outside. So, what can actually pull you out of this state of misery, ika nga, or this, at least that mindset na, ano mo yun, like, di ba, what should I live for? So, I don't know if revenge is like a reason, at least, a justifiable reason.
Alam mo, now that you've mentioned that, the revenge was the obvious thing, but the reason why in his context, now that you've laid down kung ano nga ba yung pinagdaanan niya, the reason why he acted like that is he acted as if he has nothing to lose. Kasi he lost everything.
Yeah.
And you can relate this, for example, with someone who is thinking of migrating to another country. Diba? Pag nag-migrate ka to another country, you have a lot of things to consider. Like, for example, if you're very well established here. Why would you leave something like that going on here in your country?
Mm.
Pero if your mindset is like, if your situation is like how our current heroes would be na walang opportunity here and they would be needing for something for their families to survive. And that's the mindset they acted on, and I think that's the common thing which they don't really admit to, which is the fact that they act as if they have nothing to lose. Kasi kumbaga, if they try their best, they leave the country. At the end of the day, it's their skills eh. And in this context ni Park Seo-rui, his will and determination was his asset, di ba? And the fact that hindi man siya nagtapos, ex-con pa siya. Walang mawawala sa akin. Kumbaga, ang tingin sa kanya ni Jang D, wala lang, butike o langaw, di ba? Di ba? Pero which was the downfall of his enemy.
True. Okay, so that's it for today. We will have more episodes on this reaction video, no? Or we will have more reaction videos, rather, for Itaewon class. And we will invite Moe again to join us. So, if you have any comments or like if you want to share something about this episode as well, let us know in the comment section below. Right, Moe? Do you have anything else that you want to say to our viewers?
Ang message ko lang is mag-aral kayo na mabuti and make sure that you do the right thing in life.
Okay, so that's it for today's episode. It's me again, Ginger, and this is EJ. And if you like this video, please like, share, subscribe, and click on that notification bell for more videos like this. Have a great day, everyone.